Hello and welcome to Vastro Games. I'm your buddy Vastro here. Today we are going to be doing Granblue. As some of you may know, there was a Granblue event over during the first season, which allowed you to gather up little kind of tickets for your character fights and then redeem them in fights against Goki. Who knows? You get to fight against this guy here, and this would allow you to gather up his materials, which I can't remember what it was now, because this new wee guy has his ties. So you get to fight this guy, you get to get this wee material, and every 100 of them you would redeem for a packet, just like a normal packet, and you would get your cards from it. The event is now currently finished. I do believe, according to the Japanese version, they will be doing a new event soon with obviously new additional cards to it. So fingers crossed. I hope you guys get lucky. If you didn't get all the cards during that set, hopefully you'll have a better luck next time. But for now, we're running through the deck profile and deck list of the complete deck as to how I like to run it. As always, all these videos are how I personally build these decks, so don't take them as the gospel truth, the be all and end all. I don't claim any of these decks to be the best, but this is what I like to run. So we'll jump straight into it. As always, you can see in the left hand side of the screen the deck list, but I will be running through the cards very quickly, just to kind of give you a quick rundown if you don't already know. So, to start us off, we have our starting Vanguard, which is Night Spirit. When rolled upon, move to your rear guard, as most of the starting Vanguards tend to do. You may put this into your soul to have one of your units gain 3k until the end of the turn. Doesn't seem like much, but he's quite crucial to one of the later grade 3s, which we'll get to. So that's him. On to grade 1s. First of all, we run Chappie the Ghosty. He is kind of the backbone to the deck. All you do is you play him on the board. When played, put any card from your deck in your drop zone. This sets up your Night Mist plays, and if for whatever reason your Night Mist are already in the drop zone, you can use it to thin out your deck so that you're more likely to hit your triggers. Very self-explanatory, amazing card, 4 of, no questions asked. Next up is your Gus Jin. He is just your PG, very standard, 4 of him. Nothing much to say in that. Next we have Dancing Cutlass. As you all know, because you run 13 units of each grade, you tend to have a slot. Usually you run 4 of various cards and a 1 of. This is our 1 of. When placed, Soul Blast 2, draw a card. This means that you're getting a draw, and if you've had to ride your Night Mists or any crucial parts to your deck you would like to see in the drop zone, this helps getting them out of your soul. Really simple. And then we have Samurai Spirit. In your drop zone, counter blast 1, retire a rear guard, call this card. Again, very straightforward, very standard, but you do need him for the Ride Chain, the big grade 3, which again, as we'll get into. So that is your grade 1s. On to the grade 2s. You have your, this was the bit that hurt a lot of people. Your 2 big grade 2s are your triple Rs. You have your Rune Shade, which is when on Vanguard or rear guard, when this unit attacks, put 2 cards from the top of your deck into your drop zone, and it gets 2,000 until the end of the turn, the battle even. So it puts up to 11k, and it helps you mill out your cards. It's good, not crucial. If you didn't pull too many of this, it's not going to destroy the deck. If you didn't pull too many, if you only pulled 1 or 2, that's also very fine. Put whatever you want in and fluff it out with maybe the 10k vanillas. What you really did want to see during this was the Captain Night Mist. He is one of the most important cards to the deck. Vanguard or rear guard, during your turn, if Captain Night Mist is in your drop zone, this unit gains plus 3k. So he's a 11k by himself as long as you've got another Night Mist in the drop zone. So do keep that in mind. If you're pulling Night Mist back out of the drop zone and you say you've only got 2 in there, try not to pull both of them back, because if you pull both of them back, he's going to go down to 8k. He's not going to get his power boost. And his ability is Counter Blast 1, retire a rear guard, call this unit. So that he calls himself from your drop zone, which is why you want to have him in there. Moving on, we have Storm Raid Ghost Ship. This guy has 11k power. He's a big wall that your opponent might struggle to get around if they don't have big rear guards, or if they don't have any grade 1s to boost with. They will struggle to get around this. It has restraint. When your rear guard is placed from your drop zone, this unit loses restraint, which is why you want to have your Night Mist. So say he's your Night Mist and your Samurai, they pull themselves out of the drop zone, and that makes him lose his restraint. On top of being 11k, when he gets boosted, he gains an additional 5. So this entire column is going to be easily 20 odd k most of the time, as long as he's boosted. Really big, really good, and he's only a common, so yeah, easy enough to get. And for the last slot for grade 2s, we have a Commodore Blue Blood. Nothing really much to say about him, he's just a 10k vanilla. You could run him. You've also got the Greed Shade, but Greed Shade requires setup. You're probably better off just running the vanilla as your last wee extra slot. And finally, moving on to your grade 3s, we run 4 copies of King of Demonic Seas Bazkirk. He's your kind of big main grade 3 guy that you want to do for your big plays. At the start of your main phase, Soul Charge 1, this unit gets 2000 until the end of turn, so he is a 12k on attack, your turn. And his big ability is Soul Blast 6, Counter Blast 4, to call up to 5 cards from your drop zone. You may call 4 or less. So, this just lets you pretty much fill the entire field for a big play. The only thing I will say to watch out for is, if you have him in hand and you know you're going into him, don't use the Cutlass for the draw ability. The Cutlass is just there for if you end up in the other grade 3s or situations where Bazkirk isn't going to go off that game. He's there to kind of give you a wee bit extra. So just be very careful as you're playing around that, you know. You don't want to screw yourself over. Yes, he does charge up, but if you have blasted 2, it will take you an extra couple of turns to get there. Next we have Spirit Exceed. This is the raid chain shenanigans, kind of. When in your drop zone, if your Vanguard's grade 2 or greater, put Samurai Spirit and Knight Spirit into your soul. You raid this card. If you've rolled from grade 2, draw a card. So I'll say Knight Spirit is the starting Vanguard, as we spoke about, and Samurai Spirit is your grade 1 that you can call from the drop. So if you can get Samurai Spirit on the board and send this to the drop zone with your Chappie or something, then it allows you to ride to grade 3 on grade 2. You know, get that wee bit of advantage against your opponent. If Samurai Spirit is in your soul, this gains a 1k, which is a constant, so even on in your turn and your opponent's turn, this will be sitting at 11k, which is the number a lot of decks want to be sitting on now, due to all the stuff that came out in set 2. During your turn, if Knight Spirit is in your soul, this gains an additional 3k, so he's 11k on your turn and your opponent's turn. During your turn, if you have both spirits in your soul, he gains an additional 3k, so he is a 14 by himself, which is a nice number, because that way, even if you've only got a 6k booster behind him, he's hitting 20. So if your opponent hits a defensive trigger or on the grade 3 by 10k, that's still going to hit them. So it's a good number. 20, 21 is the ideal number you kind of want to be hitting, so that if they do hit the defensive trigger, as I said, not a problem. We run a 1 of Witch Doctor of the Abyss Nergrimal. This is just because you need to fill that one last slot up. When this unit is placed, Counterblast 2 to call a card from your drop zone. This is an alternative way to call something from your drop zone if you don't have your Night Mist, you don't have your Spirits, or whatever various thing. This can help you get something extra. It can pull out a grade 1 for if you need that extra bit of boost power. Whatever. We need to fill the slot. Personally, he's kind of just does the job. You don't really need Frank because he's kind of useless without doing the full Frank shenanigans, which isn't great. So, one of him. And lastly, we have Dragon Undead Skull Dragon. During your turn, this unit gains 3k. So, on your turn on rearguard, he is a 13k rearguard. So, yeah, big numbers. At the end of the turn, this unit attacked, it does retire itself. So, it'll die at the end of the turn. And you can call it from your drop zone for a Counterblast 1, retire your guard. So it works kind of similar to the Spirit and the Night Mist. Another way of triggering your ships or just getting extra bodies in the board. But you will always probably want to pull out your Night Mist because that's also a grade 2 for intercepting. You've got a consistent interceptor. So that is the deck build. For triggers, we run 5 criticals and 4 stands, and obviously the 4 heals. Criticals are kind of a... These can be changed about as you see fit. The only recommendation that I will make is do not run draw triggers. For the love of God, do not run draw triggers, because you're milling cards, you're soul charging cards, and if you are drawing cards as well, you will likely deck out. Stand triggers are really good because a lot of your columns, like your ghost ships and your dragons and stuff, you get really big numbers. So if you can restand them, get a couple extra attacks in, that is fantastic. Crits are very straightforward, but the only recommendation I would make is if you were going to change anything here is you could maybe drop some crits, put more stands. That is entirely up to how you feel your preference works for that. But this is how we are running it. So that's the deck. Let's go jump into a ranked fight and we'll see how we go. That's us going to jump into ranked. We are currently Legend 21, 40 points. Hopefully we don't lose any points. Dimension Police. So we've got a Chappie, which is good. Do remember he needs to be on rear guard, so we really need another grade 1. Back. Screw it. Put them all back. We got our spirit at least. Got a PG. Fire the Chappie down. Missed. Set up already. And we will pass there. I'll be honest with you guys, I've really not played much of Granblue, so, you know, fingers crossed here. I was lucky enough to get all the cards during the event, but just not really gave them much time. Ah, I think we have a VP farmer. Might be a VP farmer. Oh, Chappie's done his job, we'll move him forward. So either he's a VP farmer or he's just gotten really unlucky. We milled. Oh, we got our spirit. Got our spirit. Yeah. PG, sadly. Yeah, this might be a VP farmer. Yeah, it's a VP farmer. Right, gonna skip this match and we'll jump to a new one. Okay guys, we're back. Obviously that was a VP farmer, so yeah. Let's try again. Yeah, I want to show you guys a proper match with the Granblue. No VP farmer, no VP farmer, no VP farmer. As much as we like the easy wins, it doesn't really do much for showing off a deck. YouTube channel SP33D slow. It's slow. Okay. You can go back. Why not? We'll keep you out. Yeah, let's go with this. And I'll go ship. Hey, go on now. Getting mad drops on the Night Mist. Damn you, Galahad. Not quite sure why you called a random one here. Ah, I got the heal on it. Fuck. Ah. Hate it when that happens. Yeah, we'll raid the ship. Raid the ship and put the ship here. Raid the snake mast here. Bring out the Captain Night Mist. Go for it here. As I said before, this will drop his power down, but it's not essential right at this moment in time. As we can still hit with him. Ah, of course he has the defensive trigger. Oh well. It does mean we have a grade 2 that's 11k, so makes him push a wee bit harder. Oh, he missed his right chain. Does he have another? Nope, he's going for the blaster blade. What, you gonna retire, baby? Ah, yeah, he went for the ghost ship. Oh, going for... lost the night mist. That's fine though. Having 2 is... I'm like, oh, we drew another. Well, that works. Good charge there. Rune Shade. Ah, that's fine. Move you forward. Move you here. And now we've got 2 11k guys. Only another turn though. Swing. Another swing. And let's hope we hit some triggers. Nope. Nope. Apparently we don't run triggers in this deck. Such is my luck in Vanguard. I've seen myself have over 10 triggers left in deck and only about 20 cards in there, so half the deck are triggers and I still miss them. Oh boy, he's really going for it. Oh, my night mists. Of course you get your heal. No, Gushin. Ah, we're still too short for the big ability. Sadly. Call you out. Bringing out the night mist. Yeah, let's hope we get some triggers this time. We need to hit him. Get some damage through this is... Nah. Nah. Where are the triggers? Look! We have seen 3 triggers. There's 10 triggers left in the deck. This hurts me on the inside. Come on, buddy, what you gonna do? If we can survive 2 more turns, we can set off Bazkirk. Damn you and your triggers. Another PG. There's still 10 triggers in the deck. What madness is this? That doesn't really help. Yeah, we're boned. Super boned. Super mega boned. One short. We want to survive, we need to make sure he's getting over here, nothing to attack us with. There's absolutely no point in pushing for too much damage at this point. What in the hell? Such is the RNG of Vanguard. Well, we're pretty much dead. But that's Granblue. That's how the Granblue work. Unfortunately, they can do decent if they go off, you know. But you do get times like that where you just don't really see anything. It's times like this I wish I was running draws, but I'm pretty sure I would deck out ridiculously quickly. Yeah. But yeah, that's the deck. That's kind of how it plays. Like I said, this is just my kind of build. If you want to make any tweaks, if you want to risk it with the draw triggers, by all means go for it. You know, maybe you'll find that you just want to get those draws, you want to go hard and fast and take them out. You know, I might mess around with it myself, but for the time being, this is the deck. I hope you guys like it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed seeing me getting smashed. Please like the video, comment, subscribe to the channel, and I will continue bringing out more videos for you guys. Thank you very much. Your buddy Vastro signing off. Bye.